We are live from the house of Lindsay Bebo in Fountain Valley, California. Lindsay, how are you?
I am great. My hair's wet. I'm sorry I don't look great, but I didn't look very good out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's fitting. Disastrous hairstyles. Yeah, Lindsay.
I just need the buff in like 7 different ways. Wow.
Right. We should have worn buffs.
Oh yeah, I could have worn it like this. I could have worn it as a robber.
Where are the buffs?
In the car.
In the car. Okay.
Do you want me to go get them?
What?
I guess
I think it'd be nice to we'll be right back.
Where's my keys?
Lindsay's gonna be gone for about 2 seconds to go get our sale items. Yeah, Lindsay was not on Carbonado, but we have something to show while we are waiting. Thank you 6 viewers. Thank you 6 viewers who are tuning in as of right now. For those of you that are currently watching, please remember that Survivor Washington Orting concludes this Saturday at 8 p.m. We are... The Survivor Washington Orting will conclude this Saturday at 7 p.m. is when the finale will begin. Lindsay is currently looking for her keys.
I legit have no idea where they are.
Okay,
Oh wait, I found them.
Okay, or not. Okay, so we'll wait a few more seconds. It will be around about over an hour's worth. I'm sorry, this interview's not off to an incredible start so far. Yeah, it'll be about over an hour episode, followed by a short reunion interviewing some of the contestants, including members of our Final Four. Unfortunately, aren't all be able to attend, so the reunion will not be as big of a deal as regular Survivor. However, there will be 4 other episodes of Out of Orting scheduled for the later week, which means that you will be able to catch up with those contestants then. But the finale is a big deal, so be on the lookout for that. That'll be Saturday at 7 p.m.
And my outfits. I think that's the real
Lindsay
star.
has outfits on the jury. I don't want to put this on my head because I don't want to take my hat off right now.
Should I do the robber look that I had out there?
You have so many looks.
I had this one.
Like very ridiculous.
This one.
So
I had.
In the event that you can't see this, we have
one?
buffs made for Survivor Washington Orting.
And I had this is the best one, I think. Yeah, that was my best look.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the traditional. So
this.
Go ahead and you guys can contact me, direct message me if you would like a Survivor Washington buff. Thank you for tuning in. That's your offer. $13 will set something up. So go ahead and you can DM me on Twitter or Facebook or whatever. Lindsay, okay, let's finally get to this. So, Lindsay, you're out of Survivor Washington Orting. You did not make the finale. I'm sorry.
Fuck off.
So
it's a sensitive subject.
It's been weeks and weeks and weeks. You were at the center of Survivor Washington. But before the all of this happened, before the rise of Queen Lindsay to the downfall. You were not originally, you did not even apply for Survivor Washington.
No, I barely knew you, and you told me about it, and you needed a certain character type.
You did not barely know me.
Oh, I don't remember.
This was at least in May. I think we finally solidified this before I was out of college.
Whatever. You needed a certain character type, and
a woman.
And I don't know I can't describe myself correctly. We've been trying to figure out what Survivor contestant I'm like.
You're not.
Yeah.
We've decided you're not. You're a unique.
Exactly. So then he's like, yeah, you're on.
You get the Eric Jones Award in that sense. The person that I should have asked a long time ago and didn't ask until a few months before.
There you go.
So, yeah, uncovered gold with that. And immediately you're in. Because I remember I was going to ask you, and then I was like, she won't do it. She won't come up. But when I did, and you were so down, and you're so into it, and you're ready to go. I knew from very quickly on that you knew how you wanted to play, you knew how you're gonna play, and you delivered to me fake confessionals.
Oh yeah, we practiced.
You practiced.
We practiced.
So this was on your mind.
This was on my mind. Oh, it's been on my mind since I was like 7, when I would go in the backyard and grab like some wood, and I'd get a coconut and eat rice out of it, and then like get pieces of paper and pretend to vote people out. I've been preparing for this for like 17 years.
For fake Survivor, for 3-day Survivor.
Yep.
The most important Survivor,
exactly.
clearly. So going into the period of preparation for Survivor Washington specifically, what was going on through your mind?
I thought of 2 people, Parvati and Kim Spradlin. I wanted, like, I was thinking, okay, how do they play? What made them so dominant and so liked? And so when I thought about it, it's making sure everybody feels like they're with you, because if you're with them, why would they vote you out? It's a numbers game. And then 2, always making sure I knew who was doing what and making sure I was in the majority. So like, for example, at Wilkeson, I knew that me, here I'm talking with my hands again, me, Kitty, and Stefan.
It's like, I get like the confessional sense of it. It's weird.
I talk with my hands. No, so I knew like me, Kitty, Stefan we're close, and then I knew, and Kaya. I guess they weren't really high in Kaya, but I demanded that they would. But that was a majority of 5, and then I knew within that I was in a smaller majority, either with Kaya.
but essentially,
I talk a lot.
Before you're actually on Survivor Washington.
Oh.
You're planning about how you're going to go into the game and what your expectations are.
Oh, I had no expectation. I was so scared I was going to get voted out first, because I just don't know what it's like. And now, like, it's totally changed my perspective on when I watch the actual show.
So let's begin with what was your first perspective?
Like out there?
No, before going out there, what did you think? Why did you think you were going to be the first?
It was, I don't know, because I don't know, we're all, what's the word? Brett said he can't see either of us. Why don't we just move it that way? It'd probably be better.
What does it mean? Like literally can't see?
Wait, hold on. Like move it? Yeah, Brett said he can't see us.
Like what does it mean by can't
see?
Oh,
that's way better.
Yeah, sure. Pull up a chair over here. Yeah, okay. Probably not a good idea to click on 12th person voted off if you haven't watched the episode yet, Reality Stars. Well, I'm confused. Can you not see us as in?
No, like it was too dark.
Is that what he said? It's too dark?
Yeah, he said it was too dark. Okay, sorry. Let's talk about this.
So
I thought I was going to vote it out because I had built it up so big in my head. I was like, oh, everyone's going to be so good at this, and I'm going to say something stupid and get voted out first. And then after like we won the first,
as in for the we were getting way ahead.
I'm not good at this.
The idea, the notion that you could say something wrong and get voted out.
And I have a big mouth. Like I don't know if I would. You never know what type of people are going to be out there. So, for example, at this really political time in our country, what if I went out there and I'm on a group full of super liberal people and I wear a MAGA shirt? Like, you never know what's going to tick people off.
Well, okay, but
that's just an example.
In reference to the editing of Survivor, because that's what we're shown, is that all it takes is one thing to say and they're voting out. Did that change at all for you out there? Is there really one thing you say gets you out?
No, not at all. No, because I think, like, for example, I'm using Nico. He didn't say anything wrong, but as time went on and on and on, it was kind of ingrained in our brain, like, okay, we got to get him out. What is he doing? But it wasn't like the first time he went to the bathroom, it wasn't like, oh, we got to get him out. But because this game is such a time, because, if we had lost the first tribal, I don't know, it could have been completely different.
Which again relates to that whole thing about how this game is different than Survivor.
Exactly.
It's way faster, way more going on.
So as time went, we were like, all right, Nico. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Being out there, you see your competition. Any change in expectations or thoughts on the game, thoughts on your cast? Or were you immediately in game mode?
I was immediately in game mode. I was immediately in game mode, but I kept telling myself, have fun with this. Like, you're competitive and you want to win, but make sure if you go out second, if you win, like make sure that you have a good attitude about it.
What was your first impression of the cast?
Well, Kai and I kind of eyed each other. And so
in the pregame, before you guys got together?
Like as we were walking. No. Like as we were walking, like to our tribes, we kind of just looked at each other and it was like, yeah. And so I was like, okay, I have her. And then Kitty and I feel like are both kind of dominant women. So we immediately clicked and he joined us. And so I knew that was a 3. And then I knew I had Caius.
I'm getting I hear typewriter noises no, I'm saying metaphorically as you're talking old modems beeping, computer sounds coming out.
Why?
Because not in a bad way. I'm just I'm processing what you're saying, and you're communicating so much game. I mean, yeah. I can see the wheel, and it's not like the wheels are rusty. It's I can see immediately when you start talking about that the wheels start turning, and all of a sudden it's robot and not robot as in a boring way, but as in a what's going on, you know how to explain stuff.
I don't want this to sound cocky, but I didn't going in. I knew the social stuff, but as the game was going, I realized after the first tribal and as I'm making relations, I realized no, I really understand this game and I really understand what you need to do and planning ahead and making sure you're in the numbers. I think people forget little things. And they forget it's all about numbers.
So you didn't know you had this I didn't know I had this process of game. So when you were heading out there, for example, when you and Kaya went eye to eye or whatever, were you aware of the spinning wheels in your head? Were you aware that you're processing and understanding? Was it at this point that you were playing the game?
It was first oh my gosh, I'm playing Survivor. Then it was I have my Amanda to my Parvati, or I have my Steven to JT. So I was excited about that because that was something I really wanted to do, is find a person and just if you're a pair is really good and if you're loyal to each other. I know I got 5th. We went really far together. So that's a tip for people.
And so how did you know that you and Kaya or how did you know Kaya would be loyal to you?
Because I knew she didn't have anyone else. Just watching tribe dynamics, she didn't she wasn't getting super close to people. So I knew I could pull her in.
And you're getting very Terminator-esque on me. It's very, it's impressive gameplay. It's you just know right off the bat. The more you say, the more come from me sitting here, and I'm getting a little bit intimidated.
That's why I didn't win.
But so I want to get to that though, and the whole idea, because to me right now, hearing you talk, and obviously you didn't talk strategy to the other contestants like this right away, because you're Lindsay and you understand that would be a bad decision. But how did you combat and make sure that people weren't getting the inkling that you were playing 100%?
I think it was very clear, how I demanded, no, Kaya's not getting voted out. Okay, Sheree's getting voted out, Corey's getting voted out. And so I didn't realize how bossy I was. But I think people thought that I was with them, and they thought I'd be their shield, so they were okay with it.
And what did you do? Was it just making social bonds, just talking to everybody?
Just making social bonds. And like I said, even if you're the biggest threat and people know you're the biggest threat, if they think you're with them, why would they vote you out? You're a number to them.
Was there anybody you didn't connect with out there?
Sheree, probably. I like her. I think she's great. We just didn't really have anything in common. I remember the first travel, we were really bummed because we all really liked each other.
Did that change?
No. I'm just laughing. Poor Scout. I like Sheree. I'm just saying, she probably would say the same about me. But she's probably the only one that I even.
Well, discussing the Sheree vote, that's what's so impressive to me, because you didn't have as big of a connection with Sheree as Kitty and Stefan. I mean, as much as they want to say they didn't, in the moment out there, those guys in set 2 and Corey were all around. I mean, they were all yes, we love Sheree now. But then you step in and say, no, this is not how it's going to work.
Yeah, no, I did not realize how bossy I was until I watched it, and I don't know why they listened to me.
Nobody came off saying Lindsay's being bossy. Then.
Yeah, I think Kitty did have a little bit of inkling. I think she knew that we wouldn't be able to go to the end together, but that she was I feel in the beginning you're just scared and you don't want to go against anyone. So if there's a plan, but I think she was onto it, and I think Kaya was a little bit onto it, but Kaya, she didn't really have anyone in the beginning.
Right.
So she hadn't, and this isn't against her, this isn't anything negative, but so I knew she wasn't going to go anywhere. And so we're at 2. So what are Kitty and where's Kitty and Stefan gonna go?
Right. And then just so the entire first day to me is really just you're stripping power away from other people while at the same time maintaining a position that you can't have power taken away from you.
Yeah. The Corey one was a big one because I couldn't tell if he was going to be the best player in the world. I couldn't tell if he was going to be the worst player in the world, and he had already written my name down.
What was your reaction about that?
What the fuck?
Like, what did you? The first instance when you saw your name come up.
Well, no, he told me. He told me a try. He goes up and he comes back down, and you're about to read the votes, and he goes, "Hey, just to let you know, I wrote your name down, but you're not going out." And I was like, "I'm sorry, what?" And then like you see my name, and I'm kind of freaking out, and then it was Nico, and then he tried to say, "Oh my gosh, I just had like a brain fart, blah blah blah. I meant to write Kaya down," and even if he did, like. That wasn't the plan. Like, so that doesn't make me trust you. And so with the Corey vote was huge because I knew Seitu and I were close, and I knew he was closer to me than he was with the other two. And Corey would have been way more loyal to Kitty than he would have been to me. So that was where, because all of a sudden we're in 5 and I have Seitu and I have Kaya. And so no matter what, even if the other 2 don't want to listen to me, I have my 3. And again, it's all about numbers. Like you could be the nicest person out there. You can make everyone like you, but if you don't have the numbers on your side, unless you're Fabio.
It's a numbers game, as Kayla Moore stated as she voted out Tyson.
Yep. No, it's literally, it's all numbers. It's basically numbers, and then don't be a dick to people. That's how I describe the game.
In a numbers game, do you have anything else on day 1 you want to talk about?
So with Nico, Sheree. No, I think, yeah, that was pretty much it. And that's when I started realizing, like, oh, no, you're kind of good at this. Like, what's it called? You kind of, not downplayed, but you lessened your expectations for yourself. What's the correct term? Underestimated. I realized, I was like, oh, I totally underestimated myself. Like,
but I think a lot of people found that out about themselves.
Yeah.
And we're going to see in the next, we have a very, very, very WTF Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a compliment coming from me because I'm saying that this is a completely unexpected group of 4 that made it to the end. And we start finding that out, that people are like, wow, this is what I can do coming into this game.
100%.
And I think everybody's facing some sort of, everybody making it to day 2 at least is thinking
for sure.
very confidently in themselves. So in a numbers game, Wilkeson is down, Carbonado is up.
Yeah.
Did you know there's going to be a swap that morning?
I mean, I had an idea just because I'm a fan of Survivor, so if I know there's going to be a swap.
But not enough time to put a bra on.
I forgot that.
You didn't prepare for that, so you were surprised clearly.
I knew there was going to be a swap. I didn't know it was going to be at 3 a.m.
And so waking up, did you immediately know it was a swap?
When you were waking us up, I knew, yeah.
And so, did you have any time to process that beforehand, or what you were going to do?
I was half
because
asleep.
you knew the Wilkeson was down.
Well, the thing was, I kind of started processing it the night before. It's like, okay, we're down in numbers. What? Like, my biggest fear was getting voted out simply because I pulled the wrong buff and I don't have enough numbers. But so I kept thinking like, okay, what? I don't know. I just kind of started thinking what my options could be. If I had more people on my tribe, if I had less people, but knowing like you don't know until you get into that situation.
Right.
So I was thinking about it, but I couldn't plan. Oh, actually, hold on. I thought of something. Something too with regards to like when I was S5. Every single vote, I wanted to make sure that everyone was on the same page, because in case of a swap, I didn't want it to be like, if we swap and then all of a sudden Kitty turns on me because we weren't voting the same. So this way, if we're all voting the same, then what?
Streets.
If we're all the same, then I don't have to worry about people like trying to get back at me. Kind of like Millennials versus Gen X, when Adam votes out Figgy, how he's with Figgy and Taylor. They all came from the Millennial tribe, but he wasn't with those two, so he votes Figgy out.
Yeah.
So that was me. I thought we all needed to be on the same page. So with the swap.
Right, so you don't get screwed over.
Exactly.
And so that's what you didn't. Again, that's an underrated. People say that unanimous votes are boring, but unanimous votes, I'd say, are good gameplay. You don't
100%.
ever want to be outside the majority.
Never. And even if you are, you don't want people to have a reason to try and get back at you.
Right.
So, like Corey writing my name down, suddenly I don't trust him. Like,
was that the deal breaker with him?
It was, and then it wasn't, and then when it became, I could tell it was literally just an idiot move on his part. Like, I could tell that I didn't think he was really that against me, but I used it as an excuse to get rid of him because I could argue like he wrote my name down.
Did,
why?
Yeah,
if you're with me, if you're with me, why are we okay keeping him in if you voted against me?
Very good point. So you get together, you're in a 3-3. Did you have any thought in your mind that Satyra Kitty would flip on you?
No.
But you're worried about Kaya.
I was worried about her just because she has less numbers on that side. What do you mean?
Were you worried? So.
Oh wait, we forgot about Kaya finding the clue.
Yeah. Okay. So Kaya shared.
That was day one. So she shared the clue with me, and then I asked to see it, and she said no. So at that point, I knew homegirl's playing hard. But she kind of told me about it, so I kind of had an idea. And on the show,
it's definitely in a tree.
Or something. Yeah. I knew homegirl was playing hard. But I think I said in one of my confessionals I didn't think she had it, and at that time I didn't. But I could, like, before we swapped, I had a pretty good idea that she had it. But she's a good liar. She's a very good liar.
Yeah.
Very good
As
liar.
she depicted in her Meet the Cast interview.
Yeah, she's a very good liar.
Pathological liar. But seeing that, what about seeing that? Seeing that she had the idol and she's like, I'm not showing this.
You mean the clue? No, like I knew she was playing hard, but I knew that she hadn't told anyone else.
But as in when you watched and saw that she had lied to you and you were correct about her actually having the idol.
I mean, I wouldn't have told her if I had it. Like, I understand. I wouldn't have told anybody if I had it. So
was your reaction to that similar to when you actually found out she did have it at the merge? For sure?
I mean, I had an idea, so I wasn't super shocked. But I try and think of, okay, if I was the other person, what would they do? So I thought about it. It's because she went to a tribe where there was less Wilkeson. So, of course, she's going to use the idol.
Yeah.
So I was annoyed. The only thing I was annoyed that somehow, like, Stefan and Sean knew. Because that meant multiple people knew. So when I kind of asked her about it and she explained it to me, it made sense. No offense, Stefan, but kind of just had a big mouth and told everyone. So at first I was like, no, but then I kind of got it. Like, she had to save herself.
This situation expanding on the swap scenario, then you look at Kaya and you have an idea she's safe. You look back. Did you think that after the West Tribal Council that she played her idol? Maybe? Do you have any idea why West?
No. Because Sarah and Emma talked about how everyone wanted to get him out so bad.
Okay, let's discuss that really quick. Let's segue into that to the reaction to seeing the Carbonado people on your tribe and how they acted, specifically Emma.
I knew Emma and I knew because I think so. I was very intrigued by Emma when I first saw her, and then I think you can hear it in the episode when like I was so excited to meet her, and Sean in the background says, "Enjoy your fakeness."
Yeah,
Sean. But I was really excited to meet her. She just seemed like a very interesting person, and I could tell she was a dominant female too. So like, why not work together? So we immediately were like, yeah, like cool, we're cool on the same page. And I liked Sarah's hair, so I wanted to work with her since I saw her. So I immediately clicked with them. So like the 4 girls, we were all good. And so it was just I knew Situ was with me, and then Brett was the one that I was kind of like, okay, like whose side is he going to be on? Because it's an interesting dynamic where you're 3-3, but there's 4 girls, 2 boys, and you have people that know each other, people that don't. So you don't know which mixing and matching that's going to be, if that makes sense.
So the decision, though, to throw the challenge, when was that decided?
I was walking to the first challenge, and I realized that, because like I said, I was always thinking about like different number variations. So Wilkeson versus Carbonado, girls versus boys. Can I talk about the people?
No.
People people that knew each other from Twitter. Like I had Nico telling me he'd seen my name on Twitter before, but we had never interacted. You never know what people might have in common. So I was thinking, okay, like if we get rid of, I knew Say2 would be cool and like be on my side. Brett scared me. So I thought if we get rid of Brett, that would be one less boy. That would be one less Carbonado. And so that would give me better options.
Because that was regarded as probably one of the most impressive move in the game. Probably. I don't know if maybe I'm getting ahead of myself here. Because you were able to flip Sarah and Emma.
Yeah. Sarah told me she was scared to do it, but
how did you get a bond with them so fast to get them to even consider it?
I just said, look at how many girls there are. We can stick together. Like, let's just do it. Like, if we get rid of, I asked them if they were super close to Brett, and neither of them were. He scared me. I know he's really like socially good. I could tell that he had an easy time making friends. So I thought, okay, if he's a threat to me, and he's not like, and he has connections to other people, like I need to get him out. Can I talk about my favorite moment with Say2 in regards to this? No, it has to do with this. Okay.
Yeah.
So Emma was a little weary because she's a competitor, and like I knew she was gonna be the hard one. Sarah was scared, but I think she could tell like I wasn't making it up. Like I really did want to work with her. And Say2 was all on board with it. And luckily, so the first challenge, they were like, no, let's not do it. And in that challenge, that's when I told Stefan, like, get rid of Wes. We're gonna get rid of Brett. Then Wilkeson we'll have the right amount of Wilkeson people with Carbon, right? It'd be 5-5. Yeah.
Yes.
And then it was perfect because I don't know if you guys remember how we were like by ourselves, so nobody would notice like us talking. So yeah, they voted out Wes, and then so I convinced Emma was still a little weary, but Sarah was on board, Say2 was on board, and then because they had been talking about like we need to get Wes out, I knew that that like there wouldn't have been an idol or anything. I just assumed that they all agreed that was easy vote. So I finally convinced them. And the way the challenge worked is it was different stages. So like Emma did the first stage to go get the puzzle pieces. And then I think it was Sarah went, and she went a little, or Brett went, he went a little slower. And then Say2, so freaking Carbonado brings back the wrong puzzle pieces. And so they give it to us. And I was like, gosh darn it, like we're trying to give you this challenge. So I'm like, crap, because we can't take an hour on the puzzle. Like, It's just whatever. Homeboy Say2, so he runs out and he comes back, and I was like, crap. And I open the bag and it's the wrong puzzle pieces. And I look at him and he had the biggest smile on his face. And I was so happy.
He was talking about that in his exit interview.
That was my favorite moment.
He talked about how he was like back there doing like wandering around doing like skits and stuff in front of the camera while he was back there. I am so upset that we never figured that out. Maybe I'll text you back, Scout, if you can find those videos.
No, it was so funny.
He discussed that, and I thought that was funny. And
I was like, are you kidding me, Say2? And then I opened it up and I was like, yes.
He did very well.
Yeah, that was my favorite Say2 moment.
So you vote out Brett. Then
Okay, so Brett goes, and I felt bad about that because I really liked Brett and I knew he was excited to be there, but I love you, Brett. Like,
was there anything else pre-merge you want to discuss? Because you had the All Women's Alliance form.
So I told them like, hey, look at the numbers. And I wasn't like, I think I kind of came across it. I was like, girls. That was just an option. Because if I make all the girls think I'm with them, they're not going to vote me out.
Right.
But in the back of my head, I was thinking like, I also have the Wilkeson 5. I, have who on Carbonado's on the bottom. I thought Connor, my perception was Connor was on the bottom because he just not done very well in challenges. So I was like, all right, well, we'll keep like maybe Connor will work with me. So I just constantly wanted to make sure I had options.
So you get in the merge.
Oh, so as soon as Brett goes out, I look at the girls. And
right, you started organizing.
And I said Sean or Connor. And we agreed Sean. And so I was just like set. then we merged, and I literally just told everyone we're voting out Sean, and nobody wanted to get voted out, so they were like, yeah, Sean's a threat, let's just do it.
I see, and that's another thing that I just don't get. People are so willing, and I mean, they listen just on a whim. It's so easy.
I think people are just scared to get voted out, and I mean, you could look at this as a negative thing, though. It put a big target on me, but I don't think the target. I think
did it.
I think the target came. The biggest was after we got Emma out on me. I think that's when my target started getting bigger.
That's when Erica got woke.
Yeah, but we'll get to that.
Which is crazy. Connor and Erica.
No, I think at that time people were just like, I think like Kitty had had a confessional where she's like, Lindsay can just be my shield. I'm okay with it for now, but I'll have to get her out later. But I think at the beginning people just like didn't, especially at the merge, like everyone wants to make the jury. So everyone's like, cool, as long as it's not me. And so, and for me, getting out Sean meant getting out a boy and getting out of Carbonado.
Very good. So that whole vote just completely baffles me, and I'm glad that I made that the double episode because I just don't know what I would have done.
Yeah.
I just don't know what I would have done. There was no other option. But then we go into the absolute insanity of the next part. So who actually organized Emma's vote?
Kitty. 100% Kitty.
Because Kitty says she does. Kaya says she does. You say Kaya says she does in confessionals I did not air.
Here. This is what happened. As I had said, Stefan's, because I thought Stefan would be more loyal to Kitty than me. And if we give it to Stefan, Kitty has nowhere to go but me. So I wanted Stefan out, which looking back, I wish I had voted out Connor, but I had no way of knowing.
Right.
So I said Stefan. Everyone was on board. It's an easy vote. Again, you want everyone on the same page. You don't want people mad because then you don't have the power. You have people going against other people. So I was like, because Kaya came up to me, she's like, I want it to be Emma. And I was like, well, Emma will be so easy to get out. Like once we're, like when you have a big group of numbers, you don't want to make a big swing because that means you have to tell the right amount of people, then other people are going to find out. And it's just a big mess. When you have a lot of people, you want to do the easy votes. And then once you get down to like the 7 and the 6, that's when you make the move. So I was trying to tell that, and Kaya was, she wanted Emma out really bad. And then Kitty, I think, realized, like, crap, I need Stefan. So Kitty told me, she's like, Emma needs to go. I was like, no, it's not the right time. Eventually, right before Tribal, Kitty told me going. I was like, all right, well, I guess like I'm not gonna fight it. And I told Say too, I guess it's Emma. I didn't know that they were as close or had a relationship or whatever.
Close.
Whatever. I didn't realize he would.
That was a pretty wild card.
Yeah, no. And so then at Tribal, I see Sarah's trying to tell me something, and I was like scared. I'm like, am I missing something? Whatever. And she was trying to tell me Emma has the idol. And then Kitty was being weird, and I'm trying to look at them like, guys, wait, what's the vote? Like, and so I thought they were going to vote. I thought they were like being sketchy and wanting to vote me out. And then that's when you called me out as I was trying to talk to them.
As I should do as a host, as my job.
I was like, shit. And then like Sarah had to like look away because she didn't want to start anything, but she wanted to tell me, hey, if like we got to vote Stefan, Emma has the idol. And once Emma pulled out the idol, there's my dog Tivo. Me and Kaya just like lost our shit. Because we were like, wait, are we like, is there something we're missing? Blah, 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 blah. And I swear, how long did we go back and forth about the idol? It was like 10 minutes.
Long enough to make me scream.
Yeah, and it was very.
It was like, not 5-10 minutes. It was about 3 minutes, but like, yeah.
And she was.
You're unbreakable. You're another dimension. It's annoying.
She wanted to play it on me, and I told her like, if you want to, fine. I'm not gonna force you. I'm not gonna ask you if you're not comfortable. Like, I'm not gonna, because she handed it to me, and I'm like, I'm not gonna take it. Her say never mind, and me be like, haha. So I told her like, look, if you were like, it's your idol, tell me what you want to do with it. And she kept going back and forth, and then she just freaked out and played it on herself. So then when I saw that first Lindsay vote, her and I just like, we're so sad. She's like, I'm so sorry. And it went Emma, and then it went Lindsay, and she's like, I'm so sorry.
Very
and then all of a sudden, Stefan. I was like, okay, I'm okay.
I mean, you can consider because you didn't vote Stefan.
I thought about doing it because I was like, oh, if she has the idol and they're voting me out, like I should vote Stefan. But
still, regardless, your intended target, your original target went home.
So I was happy with it. And it proved to me that I had all these people on my side because Erica didn't vote for me. Sarah, they all could have voted for me, but they voted Stefan.
So too.
Yeah. So it worked out.
So where was
that was I think the scariest moment for me. Like even at 6 and 5, even though I had an inkling, we'll get there, but that was like the scariest moment for me because I was like, this just backfired and I wasn't even trying to get Emma out.
Right. And immediately you go back and you start mending things. And immediately it's okay. That's what is another thing that surprised me is how well you and Emma managed to go back and turn everything on Kitty.
Sorry, Kitty, I love you, but I mean, I was a little annoyed with her because I was like, you literally almost got me voted out. Yeah. Like that completely. You told me we had the numbers and I said fine and I did what you wanted to do. But I just threw Kitty right under the bus. I was like, Emma, can I talk to you? And Sarah came. She was like a good mediator. And I was like, I tried to get the vote on Stefan. Like that's why they voted for him because I was told that the numbers were this way, so I had to go that way. But I was not trying to get you out. It was all Kitty, and I just kept like shoving Kitty down the well, and so it was again an easy vote where everyone's cool. We're on Kitty. All right. But this was the thing. Oh,
you go ahead.
And I think too, I kind of hoped that Emma, it would kind of look like she was the one doing it, so that her target would be bigger than mine. And I just think it's interesting because Kitty said in her confessional, she's like, I'm so glad that Lindsay's getting the heat for this. Like, she's the target now. So I think what Kitty thought, she should have gone up to Emma and like lied or made something up. I don't think they ever really talked after that vote.
That Lindsay, Kitty, and Emma?
Yeah.
I don't think so either. So I'm not entirely sure.
That was Kitty's downfall because I think like I immediately was like, I need everyone on my side. I need to get this target off me. I need to not be the bad guy. And I think that Kitty just didn't do that. So it was easy to get everyone to vote for her. And again, something about that too was it was the end of night 2. So we all wanted to make day 3.
Right.
So I have to leave in 20 minutes. So let's just be keen on that.
Let's go. So day 3.
Mm-hmm. So I woke up and I was so excited.
What did this day rank out of all 3 of them?
Oh, day 3, because the Emma vote was a lot of fun. So I'd say day 3, even though I got voted out, I think day 3, just because I think that was like the most confident I felt the whole game. And this is where I was stupid. So I wake up and I get up to go to the bathroom and I see Connor and Kaya talking. And that should have been like a clue to me. Like, and I kind of thought maybe, but Kaya had just been so, like, we'll get to like final 6, how Connor tried to vote me out and then Kaya didn't. So I like didn't necessarily know how close they were. So they woke up and I was like, so us 3 and Sarah, Emma, cool. And they're like, yeah, we were just talking about that. And I literally was like, I'm not going to talk to you two. We're not going to talk about this at all. We're not going to say anything to Erica. We're not going to say anything to Say 2 because Say 2 had been the one to kind of tip Emma off.
Right.
So it was like literally us 4, we do not talk. And so we were like really, really, really on the down low. And Emma had shown me that she had an idol from like the night before. Right. So I knew if she got any whiff of it, and she's probably going to vote me out. So it was literally like locked down. Let's not talk about it. Would you rather sleep with 3 people or 5? Whoa. Okay, Kaya. Okay, let's continue.
That's in reference to the 10th, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, Set 2.
Well, Erica.
Set 2 saying they also slept in the same time.
Oh, yeah. No, that was something I thought about too, but I just
That's the number one thing you want Survivor.
I know it, and I just let it happen. And Erica does snore a lot. She woke me up multiple times snoring.
Well, Erica was on the ground in episode 5, and she was outside on the floor.
No, but like, so I had an inkling of it. I just didn't listen to my intuition.
So
and also winning immunity was like the best feeling ever.
Yes.
That was amazing. Even though I correctly guessed that I was voted most annoying.
Can you just summarize? Because I don't have anything specific really to ask on day 3 because everything you had some pretty straightforward moves.
Yeah.
But because I want to get to some stuff after the game before you have to go.
Oh yeah.
But let's just discuss about. Yeah, we'll get to that. Let's discuss about day 3. Just finish up day 3.
Okay.
Quickly talk about the Satu vote. Talk about.
So voting Satu out is my biggest downfall. He just scared me because we had just voted Emma out, and I saw like Connor whispering stuff to him at camp. I couldn't get a good read on him. What I should have done is just wait. What, Kaya? That is not why it happened. Okay, we'll explain, Kaya. But
you can explain later on. You can explain next week, Kaya.
With me. So I just couldn't read him. So I was like, okay, he's the easy vote. I have Kaya and I have Sarah on my side. Let's get rid of him, which I should have gotten rid of Erica because Erica and I had no relationship. And I at least
you guys talk at all?
We talked a little bit.
Scene
I don't want to say anything. I thought she was kind of boring. She's not going to watch this. I don't know. We didn't click. I liked her as a person. She's great. We don't have anything in common. I don't know. But it's final 6 is we should have gotten rid of Erica is what should have happened. What are you going to do?
So final 5.
Final 5.
Are you naturally at a disadvantage here? Because of the last vote?
No, I didn't think so because Sarah and Kaya had voted with me. And I think both, even though I think they both thought they wouldn't beat me. But they knew they each thought I would take them, so I think they were willing to keep me in the game, if I'm correct. Which I figured out pretty quickly. At final 5, I think I said in confessional, I knew I wasn't going to beat Kaya, so I didn't want to go to the end with her. But that's also something like what I talked about. Like if you have people thinking you're going to take you or take them, they will keep you in the game longer. So I wanted them both to think. I would have taken Sarah over Kaya. Sorry, Kaya, but you beat me, so whatever. So I wasn't that worried after that vote and Connor was so cute because he was like terrified. He comes up to me, he's like, sorry, that was me, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, I have screwed so many people in this game. Like, I'm not mad at you. Like, that's the game. And so I was like, okay, whatever. I have the 2 protecting me. And then, but after like we all come back to camp and it's awkward because Connor just tried to get me out, and I just took a moment and I was like, can we just all enjoy what just happened? The
Sativa, which we got on camera. My God.
Like, can we just I'm not mad, Connor. We're cool. Like, it's fine. Like, can we just laugh about what just happened?
Oh my Lord.
I love Satu so much.
Me too. Satu's been the light in a dark.
Yeah.
Dark
and Satu, I should have kept you in the game. What I should have done is I should have just sat him down and said, me and you, final 2, let's do this. Do that. My downfall is I didn't have a straight plan. I was just like, whatever. I just got to keep making it a vote, make a next vote. And I didn't have a locked up. I didn't think anybody would take me. I was just like, well, I guess I'm going to have to win the final 3 challenge. But I didn't have a set plan. Whereas Kaya was good because she had the multiple options. Whereas I just kind of had one option and I kicked my other option. I just voted him out.
So were you blindsided?
No, I didn't go in being like, oh, I'm totally safe. Because the whole Sarah having the idol and Kaya being weird with Sarah, I was like, well, if we're all about to vote the same person, why are you so concerned with her having the idol? And my one regret is I wish I had said that. Or I wish I had been like how Kaya and I, after Emma played her idol, we were talking about it. I wish I had talked about that with Sarah. Because I think we could have figured out, okay, if they think you have the idol, they're not going to vote you out. So give it to me, and then we'll go to the end together. But I didn't think. Everything happened so quickly, and I was the first one to vote, so I didn't really get a chance to think about doing that, which I should have. I should have.
Well, there's not a lot. There's no.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of time.
But your minds are. I mean, I believe me when I said watching these confessionals for the final episode, which I'm still not done with. They are exhausted. They are so tired.
No, I was so tired. My mind was going, I'm realizing people are kind of on to me. Is it the boy I like? Is he texting me?
I don't know.
I found my soulmate, everyone.
Leo on the ground.
Oh, I found my soulmate. I've only hung out with him once. I've actually only met him once, but we're soulmates because he's 6'8" and a ex-pro volleyball player. Anywho, so at final 5, I'm tired, but I think I should be good for at least one more vote. And then I was wanting to get Erica out. And then, of course, Erica wins the immunity challenge. And I was like, okay, I guess it's Connor. And then so we're going to tribal. And I knew Connor and Erica were going to vote for me. I knew Sarah would vote I thought Kaya would vote with me. And what I've learned now is, correct me if I'm wrong, Kaya. She told me that she wanted me, her, and Connor to be the final 3 because she thought we'd both take her. So the vote was going to be for Sarah, and I just wasn't told it. And then they found that she had the idol, so the vote switched to me. And I was like cringing. I was scared to watch the episode because I thought I was going to look stupid, like, oh, like Kaya just played me the whole time. But then when I watched her vote for me and like what she said about the like, I'm so sorry, I effed this up, like, I literally got tears in my eyes.
Well, Kaya, I can say at this point, Kaya's plan, and this is why I freaked out. I was like, oh my God, this will be the best outcome in the history of Survivor, is that Kaya wanted to get Sarah out by doing this, by making Connor, hold on,
She's watching, so you better get this correct.
No, yeah, you and her voting for Sarah. Sarah voting for Connor. And she was saving Connor too by doing this. Erica voting for you. Getting Connor to vote Kaya.
Why not just vote Sarah?
Because
then it would be because if Sarah played the idol.
No, they shouldn't.
No, because then I would
did not know she had the idol at that point. Hold on. I'm gonna explain this to you. I don't know why not get Sarah to vote Connor or get Connor to vote Sarah. But get Connor to vote for her. She told Connor that she had the idol.
Okay.
And said, vote for me, I have the idol. So Connor's like, well, I guess I'm going to vote Kaya. Sarah told me that she was going to when she got the idol, she said, I am going to throw a vote for Kaya. And I was thinking going into tribal council that this is what was going to happen. You and Kaya were going to vote for Sarah. She would have played the idol. That would have been safe. Erica would have voted for you. That would have been 1 vote. And then Kaya would have had 2 votes and got herself voted out. And that would have been the most legendary moment in the history, I think, of Survivor.
Yeah. It's just it is a bummer that, like, I got voted out because somebody didn't put their idol in their sports bra and they put it in their pocket instead. And that would have been a crazy Final Four. That would have been insane because, like, I would have had Sarah would be on my side. I don't know. It just would have been very, very cool. But that is kind of a bummer that literally that's what got me voted out and that I just missed the final episode. But I was proud of 5th place. I mean, made it to day 3. I'm the Shane Powers position.
Yeah, post game. Let's talk about post game.
Oh, should we talk about when I got to Ponderosa?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Okay. For anyone that wants to play in the future. So I get to Ponderosa, and I had heard that I'd been called all sorts of names. I was told by jury members that they were literally like, we're not going to vote Lindsay. And I could not believe how mean-spirited they were. And we're all cool now. Because when I got out, I wasn't bitter. Like, I understood. I played really hard. Like, yeah, why not get me out? Or, why would I deserve to be there more than someone else? Like, it's a game. It happened. Good on them. And that's what I thought everybody would feel like. But no, I got it. It was bad. I couldn't believe how bitter people were. I couldn't believe some of the things.
But what was the reason? There was no reason.
The thing that really upsets me, and I talked about this with them, is in everyone's confessionals, they talk about, that was the laundry. They talked about wanting to get me out, or they talked about they wanted me to be their target. So, like, I just didn't understand how they could be so mad at me. You're on camera. Don't make so much noise. This is my Survivor exit interview. But can I talk about how Scout consoled me?
Yes, you may. This was Scout. Here's your shout out. You've been begging me for.
Everybody, like, I had heard all these horrible things. Nobody wanted to talk to me. Everyone was giving me the cold shoulder, and I just started like bawling my eyes out. And Scout comes and sits next to me and like rubs my back and says, I was rooting for you. And I was like, thank you. Because nobody else was. And it was like the sweetest thing anyone has ever done for me. And something interesting that I found too is, I'm not going to name names, but somebody had called me something like really bad.
Yeah.
And I think when you have, like, I think Misery Loves Company. So they're all voted out.
Yes. More animals
I think
on the table.
Misery Loves Company. So, like, it's easier to just hate on one person than to, like, blame them. Once it became, like, called, I think they were like, oh wait, she's a real person. Like, oh yeah, what we've been doing isn't very nice. So yeah, even though for people, future people playing, just have fun. Unless someone like calls you a really bad name, or like I didn't vote anyone out because I didn't like them, or I didn't like try and embarrass them.
You got to remember, it's just a game.
It is, and it's all supposed to just be fun. So make it fun for everyone.
Because there's reasoning for tearing apart Russell Hanson. The stuff I heard said about you was not. There was not any reason to be. It was people being immature. It was people being childish.
Yeah, no, and the thing is, we're all cool now, and like we were all cool. I don't know, like the day after. I think it feels very real. And so I understand, like, I was bummed for a while after, because you think about like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that, like had Erica just not won immunity. But yeah, I think something I hope was conveyed is I was always having fun. I wasn't taking myself too seriously, and I wasn't going to be bitter at people.
Right.
And I think some people felt entitled to go, like, that they should have gone farther than other people. Whereas I was like, well, if I get voted out, I get voted out. Like, that's the game.
And so, and I want to add on to that, the people that are thinking about playing next few seasons.
Stop being a brat.
It's the people that are interested in applying for the next few seasons. It's absolutely not I would say it's more social than strategic, even in a 3-day period. You have to be strategic fast, but there's so many more social elements with it.
Yeah, which I think I did all the way up until 6. I think I was really good about that until the final 6. And then that's just when I didn't think of like a straightforward plan to get me to the end. It was just make another vote. And I think that was my downfall. And underestimating Connor.
Okay.
I don't think I underestimated, because we talked about this. We thought maybe I underestimated Erica, but Erica was never going to make a move. Like and this is her type of gameplay, and that there's different ways to play. But it's like she wasn't going to come up with these plans by herself. Connor was the mastermind behind all this, and I didn't even realize it until talking to people after. So that was my downfall, was underestimating Connor. I knew Kai was dangerous.
Any biggest surprise, or what was something that happened in the game that did not get on camera, did not get in the episodes that you wish would have, or wanted to see or want to talk about?
I feel like I got a pretty, like, I feel like
just in terms of fun, it could be fun stuff, not specific to just you.
I mean, Stay 2 is so funny, and I don't think he came across like that on the screen or on the show. He was hilarious, like one of the funniest people I've ever met in my entire life.
He's a very funny guy.
I wish that had been shown a little bit more. But yeah, no, I mean, pretty much, I think the story was pretty accurate. Like, I didn't get credit for something, or I feel like it was all pretty accurate. But the number one thing that I am glad made it was when Kai voted for me. Like, that just made me feel like, okay, I wasn't an idiot. Like, we felt the same way about each other. And I don't know. That really touched me.
Going into the finale, are you excited to watch what unfolds?
Oh, 100%. I thought it was an interesting finale because when I got voted out, I think in my confessional, I thought Sarah had turned on me, and it was just because of the whole idol craziness. And then like when I get back, I'm like trying to really think about who it was. I'm like, I don't know. That when I got voted out, that was my first assumption, simply because of the idol. But yeah, it's a crazy Final Four because there's all sorts of, everyone has worked with one another, so you don't know which relationships are gonna follow through. And
that's what's funny about the season, is that's not me being a shitty editor.
No,
that's literally how things were. I didn't know who was going with who. Yeah. Nobody knew who was going with who.
Yeah, and the thing is everyone post-merge was a decent player. Like, there wasn't anyone that you were like, yikes, what are they doing? Like, everyone was pretty, like, aware. It's just certain people got beat to the punch. Mm-hmm. So, like, Emma, we beat her to the punch. And then Kai and Connor beat me to the punch.
Yeah, so someone asked about casting for Season 3. So, Season 3 casting, notices for casting will be sent out probably by the end of December at the earliest. We're still taking applications right now. We have over 100 applicants now.
Whoa.
Over 100. So you will be hearing from us for the second round in the end of December. So
send me $1,000 and I'll put a good word in for you.
So Lindsay, anything else?
Can I make a shout out? This one guy, I think his name is Joey Survivor. He has been so sweet to me all season. He was always sending me nice comments and like sent me nice messages. So if you're watching, I really appreciated that.
So thank you all for tuning in. We've probably hit a record, I think, of most people watching.
Hell yeah.
In one exit interview. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. We will see you.
Should I do one last robber buff?
Yeah, do one more. So we will see you Saturday at 7 p.m. PST for the finale of Survivor Washington Orting. And do not forget to vote for Player of the Season. The Player of the Season voting is not linked in the description below, but it is linked in the previous episode, so you can check it out there. The results will be revealed in the finale.
I'm doing all my different buff looks for one last time. Do I have any other ones?
There were so many that I can't even
keep track.
There was
one, where my eyes got really, I was like, I kept doing that in the game. I don't know.
This thing, wait, this?
Yeah.
It was like you were like nervously fidgeting with it. It was so weird.
I'm anxious. Like that, that's not, I hope I was fun to watch, and I hope I made it fun and brought a lightheartedness, and I hope people, I hope people liked me. I was trying to make it fun.
We will see
I
in
thought
the Player of the
about,
Season results.
Yeah, and like with every move, like the Brett move, I was like, this will be interesting TV. And like the other thing, I was like, this will be good TV. Like I tried to make it as fun. Like these were all good moves, but I tried to make it as fun to watch as possible. Right,
and it did. It was very good. So thank you, Lindsay, for taking part in Survivor Washington Orting. You will forever be cemented a legend in the Survivor community, Survivor Washington community. I'm
still single. Isn't that what I talked about on the show?
Yes, Lindsay's still single, folks. Hit her up.
No.
You got all the Survivor fans hitting you up. Yeah. All right. So,
Allie, do you want to say hi?
Right.
This is my sister. Say hi.
The blood of Lindsay. Blood versus water.
Yeah, we're gonna compete on blood versus. Sam, say hi. Hi. Okay.
The future winner of Survivor Washington Blood versus Water, folks.
I'm gonna vote her out.
You're gonna vote. She voted out her sister. Thank you all for Kaya. That is incestuous. Anyways, let's wrap this up. We're getting off topic. I gotta go editing because I don't have this finale done. Thank you all for tuning in. 7 p.m. PST on Saturday, Survivor Washington Orting finale. Thank you all, and we'll see you Saturday.